You may have heard in the news that there are now over 200 universities in America that have virtually been shut down by huge student protests occupying the campus, screaming Free Palestine. These include some of the top universities, Harvard, Yale, Columbia, places where the future American leaders and presidents are likely to be going. And I've never heard in 45 years any demonstration on American campuses saying free Iran from Islamic tyranny. I haven't heard anybody say free Lebanon from Hezbollah, which of course is a proxy of Iran. I haven't heard them say free Gaza from Hamas in order as a prelude to have a Palestinian two-state solution. First, Hamas, which doesn't want two states, needs to be taken out of power, not left in power. And let's be clear, these students do not seem to want peace. They have been chanting, burn Tel Aviv to the ground. They have been chanting, we love Hamas, we are all Hamas. Are they even aware in Columbia University, where they've been shouting that Hamas murdered 2 Columbia students in a bus bomb, bus number 18 in Jerusalem? The students, because they should be remembered, were Matt Eisenfeld from Connecticut and Sarah Duker from New Jersey. And they were killed with 26 other people in West Jerusalem on Jaffa Road near the central bus station. Are they aware that Hassan Salameh, the man who's convicted of those murders, who's currently in an Israeli prison serving a life sentence, admits that he was trained by the Islamic regime in Iran? Do they know that last year he published a book boasting about his murders? The book is called The Buses Are Burning, and he is one of the terrorists that Hamas are demanding be released now, swapped for the hostages they took. And the students at Columbia are calling him a political prisoner, and yesterday were demanding he be released, even though he murdered Columbia students. Yesterday also, American congressmen came to Columbia and pleaded for peace. They were booed when one of them said that Hamas had set babies, Israeli Jewish babies, alight and burned to death on October 7th. And they were booed off campus. But yet, when Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, the former president of Iran, a Holocaust denier, he was invited by the then president of Columbia, Lee Bollinger, to a prestigious speech, and he was not booed. The Ahmadinejad, and indeed that was known later as that speech because he famously said, in Iran we don't have any homosexuals like in America. That speech in Columbia. So we're now in a situation which is particularly bad for Jews on American campuses, but actually anyone concerned with democracy and a better democratic world should be very, very worried. These aren't just some usual student protests. This is a little bit the equivalent of what we saw in the 1930s in Vienna and Berlin, when originally the Nazis had their power bases in universities. So let's not underestimate the threats we're now seeing to liberal democracy. This concerns obviously Jews who are scared to go to campus, but it includes anyone, particularly Iranians living under tyranny, but includes anyone who wants a better, fairer and democratic world.